Hello, everybody. Welcome to Shoulder Tap. This is the segment where we're going to break down some real traders' cards and get to the bottom of whether they deserve praise or punishment. I'm Jack, and I'm joined by Mick today. Mick, you're in the office. How's it going in there?
Um, punishment. We've got a lot of red on the boards today. Not a great start to the week yesterday, and then today is looking to add even more insult to injury here. These markets are tough, and our funded traders are definitely having a tough time. Not to say that we don't have people up money, but I look at my live boards across all the platforms, and I got a lot more red than green, and bigger red numbers than the green numbers. So, not what I like to see, on a Tuesday, or, when I came in this morning and saw, the bottom line activity for yesterday. So hoping some people will change things around. As far as today goes, regarding the punishment, I got a couple shout outs. I have one shout out. I got a couple shoulder taps. I have a very short list of people to rattle off today as far as giving credit to those of our live accounts that are up money. But we'll start with that, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty, Jack, because that's going to sadly be the bulk of it today. I've got a shout out for Jack.
Real
Yeah, sure.
quick, good thing. Did we get that plaque?
We did. Should I get up and grab it?
Is it? Yeah, could you grab it real quick? This is a sneak peek. We'll
Yeah.
do something when MP's not watching
Okay.
right now, so we can do whatever we want.
All right. Give me a sec. I'm
Cool.
stepping out of frame.
I'll buy you some time.
But it's right here.
That wasn't very long. All right,
I
there
still
it
have
is.
it in the plastic.
100,000
Whoa.
subscribers.
When did that show up?
After you left.
Naturally.
A little backstory on this. This was supposed to arrive, or UPS told me it arrived on July 5th, and then it wasn't there. So I thought it was lost, and I was hoping for a miracle so I didn't have to tell Michael it didn't arrive in the mail. So I'm glad it's here. We'll do a reveal during fast markets tomorrow maybe and get a little more airtime for that baby, but good stuff.
I know I need to bring my hammer into the office. It looks like this is going to take a little bit of hardware, a couple hooks and a wire or something like that. I got all the tools and stuff at home, but I shared this with Jack and Danielle yesterday. I wanted to let them, share the news with everybody else, but I guess this is how Jack wanted to do it. So we'll get this up in the office. I think Danielle was hoping that I could get it somewhere where we could, show it on TV for the segment. Let me see. I moved my chair over here. I was telling her, we've got the American Psycho in the background, my couple of my monitors, and then the Inc. 5000's up on this wall here. But maybe we could stick it back here on this little file cabinet or something, prop it up so it's there. Because Topstep, presented to Topstep for passing 100,000 subscribers. Thank you, everybody who's been watching, who's been, all of you. We appreciate you. This has been a ton of fun. What a huge accomplishment, and it's because of you. And you have allowed us to have so much fun on all these segments that we have for TopstepTV. There's a lot of hard work and blood, sweat, and tears that go into this. We're doing it all for you.
Yeah, so that was a nice thing. Now we can go into the tapping shoulders or shout outs. Where you want to get started here, Mick?
Yeah, sure. So a couple more live P&Ls that I want to rattle off here, Jack. We got Rips, who's up 2,100 in his live account. Dennis up 1,500. Ben up 2,000. I am happy to share yesterday when we were in Shoulder Tap, I was talking about Shane S., who was someone who was on the leaderboard. He had that $130,000 day across 5 XFAs a couple of weeks ago. He was on a 7 or 8 day losing streak and had almost wiped out like 100% of the profits from that big $130,000 day. Yesterday, he had a winner. At one point, he was up $9,500 on all 5 accounts, ended up finishing the day up 850 across all 5 accounts. So made a little bit more than, $4,000 there. Which was, kind of unfortunate. I wish he would have locked in, a bigger percentage of that large winning day that he had yesterday. That was actually something that we talked about when Gabe and I were going over the trading cards, locking in profits.
He was up $45,000 or something unrealized.
Yeah, and then ended the day up about 10% of that. So
okay.
Yeah, and it actually wasn't even exactly unrealized. It was realized. He had locked in, those profits and then continued trading, and ended the day, up 850 in each one of those accounts. So Gabe and I were talking about this. It's like, when you're having significant profits, you got to lock in at least 50% of those. So if you're up 8,500 like he was yesterday, it's not a bad thing to walk away up, half of that, call it 4,000, 5,000. Keep half. And as you have more significant profits, you'll want to be a little bit more stingy and lock in a larger percentage, because, the $4,000 day yesterday could have been, a $20,000 day or a $25,000 day after being up, around 40,000. So another a lesson learned there for anybody who, takes that to heart. But today, happy to say Shane's up $11,000 across 5 XFAs. So that's $55,000 for him on the day today. I do hope he keeps it. We don't want to see what happened yesterday happen today. It looks like he's kind of been sitting on his hands or away from the computer, at least in the last 30 minutes that I was keeping an eye on his account. So just wanted to keep everybody up to date there. I'm happy the cold streak got snapped yesterday. Definitely making some more money, getting back from what was, kind of lost during that losing streak. But with that, Jack, I want to talk about our first trader, live trader. If we could pull up U's card, please.
Here we are.
Now, this card's going to look a little bit different because as opposed to rattling off some of the metrics that I normally rattle off, this is a shorter version of it, because I kind of wanted to really talk about this with Jack and spend a little bit more time looking at the trade report. But U's been in the live account for 37 days, and I wanted to talk about them today because this morning when I came in, they were up over $23,000 in their account, and they were trading some large size. They turned the $23,000 winning day into a $3,000 losing day. So it's a $26,000 swing in very, very short order. I'm not very happy about it. This was all in the NASDAQ. They were trading a little bit of gold, but the bulk of the damage was done in the NASDAQ today. And, they, at one point today, with that $26,000 swing, I mean, they had like a $35,000 account balance, and they now have a $12,000 account balance. Before I even get into anything, I had reached out to our other risk managers here, who you see on this segment every once in a while, Ben and Brett, and I said, somebody please reach out to this trader. Tell him that we would like to make an exception and just send him the remaining balance of his account and close the account down, because we'd rather see, at this rate with what's going on, and we'll get into that, I don't want this remaining 12,000 getting lost to the markets. I'd rather have it in his pockets because, as you can see here, we've got 11% winning days in this account. Out of 37 days, 11% winning days is only 4 winning days. Now, those 4 winning days have been pretty notable days of, 2,000, 15,000. There was a $39,000 winning day, which is, staggering. It's great profits, even 17,000, staggering. So 4 really big notable days. But Jack, if you look at the trade report.
Yes. I don't mean to laugh. That's like a nervous laugh looking here. Okay. So
Me too. I'm nervous.
he was up, what, like 26 or something today? Or, I mean,
23. Yeah.
$23,000. It's been 11 straight trading sessions of hitting the DLL before that. Now, I don't know. Okay. So I don't know if I've seen a streak that long.
Can I interject really quickly and then give it back to you? I mean,
yeah, please.
This activity is the stuff that we don't want to see as, a risk team. I'm getting goosebumps up the back of my scalp right now thinking about it. And that's why I said, we should call this guy and say we'll send him the rest of the money. To continue on, Jack. Thanks for letting me interject.
Oh, just give me a second. I was just going to do some quick math here. Okay. So at least it's been nice enough that we can see exactly what they're doing. and very committed to doing, it seems, is trading 10 lots in one clip in the NQ. Now, with a 3K loss limit, you slap on a 10 lot in NQ, that's 15 points, I think, if I just did that right on the fly. That's how you get 11 straight losing days, because you're not giving yourself, even if you're right, I mean, you're going for the big winner. And listen, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but it's like when I talked to MP the other day about his slapping 5 on during the day. You need to make sure that it corresponds with what your loss limit is. Even if you're YOLOing it, you at least need to like get it working a little in your favor and then add to it or something. 3K is just, if you're asking how frequently you can put on a 10 lot of NQ and not get your loss triggered, because in these 11 days, I'm sure of those sessions, the market has been way up on a trend day. It's been way down on a trend day. If you're hitting 11 straight DLLs like that, you're trading way too much size for your loss limit, even if you are trying to rang-a-dang something huge.
Yeah, Jack, to your point, I mean, that's something I always, we always talk about, or at least I do, is like, if you're, going to be using large position sizing like that, you have a lot more flexibility if you can scale in and add as it's going in your favor, as opposed to all in for the entry and then having your back against the wall with a $3,000 daily loss limit with, 10 NASDAQ on. Jack, take a look at the trade report, look at some of the hold times on losing trading days. I'm going back, and this is to your point of it not giving you much time to actually participate. There's a day where daily loss limit was hit in the first 50 seconds. There's another day they hit they had a $4,200 loser. So they hit the $3,000 daily loss limit plus slippage. 10 seconds spent in the trade, 10 short seconds. Nobody should be participating on any session where you could be benching yourself for hitting your max loss in as little as 10 seconds. There's another day, 31 seconds. I know there were
34 yesterday.
More. Yeah, and yesterday was 34 seconds, like half a minute in a trade. There's 23 trading hours in a day. We let you trade for, 22 and 10 minutes. To bench yourself after 10 seconds. Yeah, short work day, but not the kind of short work day you want. So scale in. If you're going to do 10, 15 lots, even 5 lots, scale in. If it goes against you, then you only got a small position on. You can always puke it and put it back on, but this is what can easily happen when you're going all in. This is kind of...
Yeah, it's like 14 of 15 days with the drawdown. I feel like, once again, this isn't good advice, but I feel like on one of these days, he would have made, $20,000 if he just started smaller. I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be said. This is somewhat of gambling, if not explicitly, gambling. This is not money management. And one of the things that pains me is you mentioned those last 11 days being losing days of daily loss limit. It's like you need to keep very close track of, Andre and I have talked about it. If you have 2-3 losing days in a row during the week, you should really be taking a couple days off to reflect on what's going on. What I really don't like is, the starting balance coming into today was, $15,000. In the 11 days prior, with all these losses that keep adding up, you really need to be looking at your account balance and say, like, geez, can I afford to take a $3,000 loss? Geez, can I afford to take 10, positions of 10 contracts? And the answer to both those questions is absolutely not. You should be using leverage when things are working, when you're in tune with the markets. An 11-day losing streak should be an indication to not only probably take a month off, but to go from 10 lots to one contract. If you're not doing that, you're not taking it seriously enough, and you're probably hoping quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm being very firm here, and I didn't even
Take
write
the
any things that I liked on here. I mean, it's nice that they can take big bites out of the market, but overall, this performance and these metrics are relatively poor overall, and it's showing.
I take the money.
I
We
think
have a new leader in the clubhouse for I see a trading day with $3,155 in fees and commissions.
Ooh,
Traded 1,460 contracts.
that you're not talking about you here. You're talking about somebody else, right?
No, that's you. I'm seeing. Take a look at May 30th.
Oh, got it. There it is.
Also,
yeah.
a day where they were up $43,000 and ended up $17,000.
At least they
1,460
stopped and
contracts.
kept at least they stopped and kept a portion of it.
Playing the reversal challenge all day. Well, enough of it. I would just recommend. Is it correct they haven't taken a payout yet? At least that I can see. So
No
take some
payouts.
money.
I mean, we can't force them to, but this is, a conversation. Like I said, we're going to reach out to them and say, hey, like, even though you don't have the 5 winning days, doesn't have the 5 winning days out of all 37, 38 days that he's traded. I think we want to make an exception here where it's like, you're going to be better off, putting that money in your pocket as opposed to just burning it in the markets. We don't want to see money lost to the live markets. We really don't.
Well, not much else to say there. Hope you're doing fine. Who do we got?
Yeah.
Who we got next here?
All right, let's pull up Giselle. Giselle is unlike the one with you here. This is a shout out. Giselle's been trading very well. Yesterday they got called up from XFA to live. They've been trading, the popular equity indices, S&Ps, Nasdaq, mini Dow, not so popular, but energies, crude oil, natural gas, and then a little bit of metals too. So let me get their trade report up. But Giselle hit the cap yesterday, $50,000 in this account when they put up a $27,000 winning day in their XFA. I like everything I see here. They've got $18,000 in payouts during that XFA. They also are going to be getting, $32,000 moved over to the live account. So they're going to be starting nice and healthy with a juicy account balance in there. And the trading overall here is pretty good, which, average daily P&L of $3,500 after 16 trading days, goes to show how profitable they have been. Jack, we're seeing 50% winning days here. Best winning day was what I mentioned was yesterday, the $27,000 winning day. Worst day, $4,900. They're also trading some size, so you get a little slippage on that $3,000 daily loss limit. Average winning day, and remember, they're right half the time. So of these 16 days, 8 of those were winners. Average winning day is $11,000. And then average losing day, about $4,000. Again, slippage on the daily loss limit there. But I like, not only are the average winning days better than the average losing days, the risk reward on a per trade basis is really nice here. Risk reward's 3-1. They are making $2,900 per winning trade, and they're only risking about $990 on the losing trade. So that's really good. And with only having winning trades being 33%, so 33% winning trades, it's important to have that risk reward that's, strong there with the 3-1 ratio. Some other stuff I'm seeing here that I really like too is, total trades. It's on average, they're taking less than 6 trades a day. Again, trading size, but hold times are really nice here too on the winners. Again, this is someone who is looking to catch a piece of the trend for the day because we see the average hold times on winners are 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah. I really like on this card that, especially after looking at the last one, there's some discipline here as far as not giving back the huge days. is I don't see a lot of P&L highs that they then went back and YOLO'd into a loser. Um, they have the big, a 23K winner, or sorry, yeah, 23K winning day, a 27 winning K winning day, but also like a 13, a 7, a 7. So they're not just absolutely all or nothing full port. It's six-figure Lambo town. So there is a little bit of discipline from what I can see here. So
Yeah, Jack, to that
nice
point,
job.
the only one of those big winning days that they did not close the day out and probably lock themselves out using the lockout feature on the platform. The only day they didn't end at their P&L high for the day was July 1st. They were up 10,100. They ended the day up 7,500. So that's a stellar example of what we were talking about. The need to lock in significant profits, protect those profits when you're having, windfall days. They kept 75% of their profits that day. Didn't risk, half of what they made. I really like that from a money management standpoint. That is exactly what you should be doing. Textbook money management.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now, Mick, we got just a little bit of time left. We can either talk a little more here and save the last card or burn through it real quick. What you feeling?
Let's save the last card. Let's save the last card.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll get to that one tomorrow. But Mick, thanks for stopping by and humoring me with the plaque. Be glad to see
No
that on the
problem.
wall. All right. Well, stick around, boys and girls, because coming up next, we got Eddie, Robert, Deanna, and Coach Jay are going to be here. But first, it's going to be group coaching with JD and Robert directly after this. And then to close out the day, I will be on Power Hour with Austin and Dolby. So we'll see how that works out. Mick, always a pleasure. See you soon. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back just after this.